up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. So I want to come on and highlight everything that's been happening over the last 24 to 48 hours. I mean, it's been burning Teslas, it's been PPP fraud loans from the squad, and you even have Jasmine Crockett down in her district speaking to CBS Texas and doing what she does best, lie. I want you guys to see what she had to say about the Department of Education and school lunches. You can't make this stuff up. Watch.
I don't really see why or how they could agree to help the Republicans shut down the Department of Education. We're talking about starving children. So speaking of malnourishing anything, any child that is on the school lunch program, whether it's reduced or free lunch, that comes through the Department of Education.
So let me get this straight. You are smarter than all of MAGA.
I also took this as an opportunity to again flex on MAGA and let them know that I will always be smarter than you.
Yeah, she actually said that. However, you're smarter than all of MAGA, but you don't know that free school lunches actually come from the Department of Agriculture, not the Department of Education. TX30, vote her out. Do the right thing. The Department of Education could go tomorrow and it wouldn't affect free school lunches for the children. What is she talking about? This is the reason why I keep saying Ratchet Crockett never knows what she's talking about. Any interview, anywhere. Pull it up. You can't Google it because it doesn't exist. However, continuing with Ratchet Crockett, she was on a Tesla takedown call. Like a representative of the United States Congress was on a call like this. You cannot make this stuff up. The woman should be out of office. However, this is what she had to say on the call.
It's my birthday, and all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes.
Wow. I can't believe she actually said that. Well, we want things for you too. We want you to actually go to Congress and actually put in a vote, yay or nay, not just present. Yeah, do your job. And we want one more thing for you. We want you to actually spend the money, like actually do what Democrats like to do. Spend the money and get you a new wig. Now, since most Democrats are sitting around like Ratchet Crockett talking about a Tesla takedown, people are outside actually burning other people's Teslas. However, the funny part is most of the people that have the Teslas are liberals. When I tell you, you can't make this stuff up, you can't make it up. Liberals are burning other liberals' Teslas. Glorious.
Let me get this straight. The very same people who've been trying to force us into buying electric vehicles because they claim that they are better for the environment are the very same people who are now burning down those very same electric vehicles in protest of the guy who makes those electric vehicles, because that guy is showing us how much of our taxpayer money is being wasted by the government. Just give me a second on this one. Hold up. Okay, so the guy makes the electric vehicles that they have been trying to force us into buying, right? I mean, they've been trying to eradicate gas cars. They are the ones who are now burning down fires, emissions, pollution. There has to be something I'm missing on this one. There's got to be something missing in this equation, because I'm doing the math, and the math that I'm doing seems to not be mathing.
Yeah, I agree. The math ain't mathing because it makes no sense. Joe Biden wanted all electric cars by 2030, gave Elon all of those tax breaks, gave Elon all of those incentives. The same ones they complain about, Joe Biden gave to them. The same cars they are complaining about, the liberals bought them. Those are liberals riding those cars. You can't make this stuff up. It's nuts. But the Elon hate doesn't stop there, because comedian George Wallace decided that he was going to go on CNN and tell Elon not to touch his Social Security. He needs his money. Watch it.
Elon Musk and Social Security. Now you're getting in my territory. Now, I can't cuss on this show, but you start taking my money, you're going to hear, not only me, the Republicans going to be cussing. You cannot take our money back. You know, we work for this money. We put this money in the bank for us, for our social living right now. And that's very important to us. Don't touch our Social Security money. If his mother doesn't get it, he's crazy. Let him call my mother. She don't get her.
What do you think is the consequence? I mean, so many Americans rely on Social Security just to get by. What's the consequence of even suggesting that the way to get them to stop fraud, the way to stop fraudsters is to just stop all the checks and see who complains about it?
This whole thing is stupid. Somebody's been getting a check for 300 years, but who's a stupid person here? Stop sending them the check.
Finally, something I agree with a lefty on. Yeah, stop sending them the check, which is why he wants to cut out fraud, waste, and abuse. We actually agree on something.
Well, when it comes to Donald Trump and what the Republican Party has advocated for, the Republican Party has said over and over again, no cuts to Social Security, no cuts to Medicare.
They're going to do let me just interject here because a couple things. One of the reasons this is on the table is because Elon Musk continues to put it on the table.
Yes.
He is using huge numbers to describe waste, fraud, and abuse at Social Security that's not backed up by any data.
But now Abby says that waste, fraud, and abuse is not backed up by any data and that Elon doesn't know what he's talking about. There's none there. But I could have sworn a vice president named Joe Biden and a senator named Chuck Schumer said it was.
When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I meant veterans benefits. I meant every single solitary thing in the government. And I not only tried it once, I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time.
Third of all of the spending that's done in Medicare and Medicaid, I would imagine a lot of it's in the private sector as well, doesn't go to really good health care, goes to other things. And the real nub of this is how do we wring that waste out, that fraud, abuse, duplication, without interfering with the good care that we want every person on Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance to get. The average citizen knows this happens. How many times when you look at your medical bill, you've undergone a minor procedure, and you see Dr. Smith, $4,000, and you sort of vaguely remember he just waved and poked his head in the door? If we're going to eliminate the waste, fraud, and abuse in Medicare, it does mean we're going to cut some of that out. And when I hear my friend Dave Camp say, you cannot cut money out of Medicare, well, we don't want to cut the good stuff that you point out, or add the prevention. But if we're going to, if what Senator Coburn says, that 1/3 of Medicare doesn't go to patient care, you can't just get up there and say, we don't want to cut anything out of Medicare. We want to cut the bad stuff and keep the good stuff.
Yet again, when you catch the liberals lying, they don't know what to do. They just talk, like they really just talk. But continuing with Abby's show, there was another gentleman on there that was very Trump deranged. And might I say, he had bald-headed reasoning. When I tell you, he went all in on Elon, including calling him a word that rhymes with Yahtzee. Watch.
This shows, again, the American people do not trust Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is incompetent in his position. And how do we know? Because they fired tens of thousands of people, it was challenged in court. The court said the people have to go back, and now the people are coming back. He's incompetent, he's a thief, he's a Nazi, and people don't trust him.
Oh, yeah, he said that live on television, and Elon went right to X and put up, lawsuit coming. Now, a tour that's making a splash with all the homosexuals is AOC and Bernie Sanders Fight the Oligarchy tour, okay? And honestly, I have to admit, Kamala couldn't get anybody to come see her unless Megan Thee Stallion or some big celebrity was there. They actually got a lot of people to come out and see them. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that agree with those crazy policies. Yeah, all the way left. Watch.
Healthcare is a human right. Colleges and universities should be tuition free. We have got to make sure that every woman in this country can control her own body. But they got the money, we got the people.
But we're not going to win a game on defense alone. We know that, right? We need a strong offense. And our offense is an ambitious vision for the future of America. It's Medicare for all is our offense. A living wage is our offense. Tuition-free public colleges and universities are our offense. And that means that we have to support a new and different movement of elected officials who believe in these principles too.
I mean, y'all just have to love seeing those two out together, all right? A former bartender that worked her way up, and then Colonel Sanders of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like, this can't get any better. Last but not least, speaking of teaming up, Don Limon and Joyless Reid decided that they were going to team up and talk about how they both got fired on their day off. Watch.
Joy, what the hell happened? What happened?
So, it was a surprise. I will say that. I think I can, without violating any terms of my contract, I think I can say that I was surprised because a week before any of this happened, the last communications I was having with, the PR folks at work were that we had won the NAACP Image Award for the readout for the show. I just signed again this year. So I couldn't really tell you. I can't explain what happened because I can't get in the heads of my bosses. But then I got the confirmation that Saturday, and that was that.
Let's see. Tim was out of town at a conference, and I was sitting in a restaurant by myself, and the monitors were on, and they made an announcement about Charles and Gail. And I'm like, wow, well, that came fast out of nowhere. That was really rushed.
Right.
And then I went back to work after that weekend, and that's when I went to work on a Monday, and then they called me after I was had already gone to work.
Wow.
And someone called me from the team, one of the crew guys, and said, I wanted to tell you on Monday, I was wondering why they had taken your name off the wall of the studio. With
Wow.
all of and I didn't even know it. So other people knew before I did.
Wow.
Which was, yeah.
How did you just renew your contract, win an NAACP award, and then get let go on your day off and have to come back on that Monday to do the last show? It's insane. It's wild. And Don Limon always has to throw himself in the ring. Like, we can't just talk about Joy. You have to insert yourself. I told you guys this the other day. Don Limon makes everything about him. I mean, can Joyless Reid, can she have some time? However, Don Limon has been out of a job way longer than Joyless Reid. So he gave her some good tips to be a indie YouTuber. Those people that Don Limon doesn't like. Yeah, he's one of those now. Watch the tips.
Yes, do what you do. Establish a relationship with your audience. At first, I was doing 3 episodes a week, canned interviews. And then I said, I want to talk to people. I'm going to do a show in my living room, and I'm going to grow my community. And you will do it. It's different than TV, but you'll see.
Amen. I'm excited about it. I actually am really excited about it. And like I said, I'm keeping one hand out on my team. So if anybody is looking for great producers out there, if you know folks that are hiring, I'm sure they're probably hiring internally too. They'll all be fine. But yeah, I just miss my people. But other than that, I'm very excited about the future.
The crazy part is that Don Limon and Joyless Reid will sit there and act like they don't know what they did to get fired. All right. Joy knows what she did to get fired. Nobody wanted to hear her lie every night, come up with Trump derangement stuff, come up with any type of thing to have bald-headed reasoning and just go crazy. Nobody wanted to hear that. And that's why they let her go. The ratings were low. And actually, if she really wants to cry racism, she has an actual case against Rachel Maddow, because Rachel Maddow's numbers are in the toilet. They didn't let her go. Why? I mean, Rachel Maddow must have something on MSNBC. I'm telling you, because she should have been gone. So there's your case, Joy. And Don Limon, he knows why he got fired too. He decided to tell that white liberal woman that she was old, and they got him up out of there. However, Joy gets to show if she's going to do real journalism or if she's going to continue with the Trump derangement syndrome. Because if she does, I don't think anybody will be tuning into that either. However, here at the Red Cup, we'll watch, we'll discuss it. But as always, I could be wrong. So you guys get down in the comments, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you thought about all of the highlights, right? Let me know what you thought about the Teslas burning, Ratchet Crockett, Joyless Reid, Don Limon. Let me know what you thought about everything that's just been happening in such a short span of time. It's your girl, MICCA, and I'm out. Peace.